Hey, friendos. We are going to take Justice Wasp up against Risky Business. Um, Wasp's kit has very poor economy. Cards are expensive. She doesn't have any way of getting any resources down on the board or resource generators. So Justice, in one way or another, works really well in the case of this specific scenario because there's a lot of easy to clear two threat side schemes in this one. So that's the big plan. We're going to build up the board a bit before we flip Norman Osborn and then kind of go to town. Let's have a look at our starting hand here. All right, we've got a one way or another that is helpful. We really want to dig for our resource generators. So even though strength would be nice, that is not digging. So we'll do all that. One way or another, of course, actually lets us dig. So we'll keep that. Okay, this is awesome. Skilled Investigator is going to get us some card draw. Clear the area, can clear the extra one. So we might actually see something. Here we could actually flip to small, um, since we're going to use clear the area on the side scheme. And then we'll only have one thwart available to deal with that, but we'll get an extra card out of it. I think that's worth it. So before we flip, let's just double check that there's not anything in here that we would really like to get down. On the first pass through the deck, I'm maybe less worried about damage, but maybe actually I'll put this pinpoint strike back in. So I'm using her AE ability to shuffle some cards with printed, whatever that resource is, I always forget. Science. All right, we'll flip to tiny. And one way or another, I kind of have a hierarchy of schemes that I like to grab. I typically, well, he's still in Norman form, like to grab this one. This one comes in with 2 threat, and it has one of the boost effects, so it's good to get that out of there. That's going to get us 3 cards. Okay, still not a resource generator. We can bring out Skilled Investigator here, and then we can clear the area with Pim Particles. So that's going to get us a card, clear the area will get us a card, Pim Particles will get us a card, and then Skilled Investigator will get us a card. So we're going to get another 3 cards out of this. All right, still not seeing any of our resource generators. Well, the bio wings are pretty useful. What else do we want? Endurance. We don't really want to start attacking yet. So we can see, do Machine Man for 2, Endurance for 1, Biosynthetic Wings for another 2. So that's 5. Keep Turn the Tide, I guess. So I can put these 2 into Machine Man, these 2 into Biosynthetic Wings, and then that one into Endurance. That'll take my health up to 14. Machine Man and Biosynthetic Wings. I probably want to keep, we'll activate with each of these. Just kind of keep each of these just a little bit under control. That was turn 1. Villain turn 1. So villain goes to attack, but oh, that's actually gonna be my encounter card. Villain goes to attack, but instead puts an infamy counter on criminal enterprise. There's my resources. Okay, now we're gonna get to start doing stuff. And then encounter card. 1, 2, 3, 4. No problem. turn 2. Here it looks like we can Nick Fury into Helicarrier, not do anything else, but that gets our resources on the board. We could clear the security specialist. If we did that. The other option is we could flip to big, thwart off the main scheme, turn the tide. I mean, Nick Fury is just going to evaporate anyway. Maybe I actually like that better. So we bring... Oh, we could save Nick Fury for next turn, actually. So we could bring out Helicarrier, flip to big, clear that. That lets me turn the tide on that, and Machine Man on this guy. We'll save Nick Fury for next turn, and then we'll really start going. So that is villain turn 2. He goes to activate, but instead puts an infamy counter on. Then he goes and gets me one of these. When revealed, choose to either give the villain one face down boost card or place 2 infamy counters on Criminal Enterprise. So he can do a heal 2 or increase the chance that he's going to flip an additional time. Probably go for the heal 2. We're going to have a big turn here. We're going to one way or another into Nick Fury, we're going to do lots of stuff. Great. Turn 3. We will, one way or another, again grab the other one of these. And that gets us 3 cards. 1, 2, oops. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're big. We could go down to small if we wanted to get another card out of this. Maybe at this point we'll just clear the area, get rid of those 2. Clear the area is going to draw us a card, and then Skilled Investigator will draw us a card. So I think we want to draw into some healing here. I mean, some damage. Get another card out of Pim Particles. So we can get Nick Fury for 4 cards. If we do 2 damage here, she can split it. So Nick Fury can just actually take this guy out and do 1 there. Then we can flip to Tiny. We can Nick Fury will use Lockjaw, one way or another, Skilled Investigator, and Pim Particles. So Pim Particles are going to get us 1, and Fury will get us another 3. So that will be for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We did not get any more damage, but we could certainly save, put out War Machine. As part of the flipping. We still need to come up with 2 more damage, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't have any kind of spectacular combination of cards here, so I'm going to cycle clear the area here. Interesting. Mockingbird would be a bit of a waste. Ooh, I could Quinn Carrier into Blade. Those two would allow me to deal with that. Nick Fury can take one of the extra damage. Blade can take some. Biosynthetic Wings can take some. Sure. So 1, 2, 3. For 1, we'll tap that so Blade can attack for 2. Fury will attack for 2. That will flip him. He's going to do 1 damage there, 1 damage there, and might save Blade to block the hired gun. So I'll take 1 damage on Wasp. That was turn 3. Villain turn 3. Green Goblin goes to attack. Fury will block. Okay. Hired gun goes to attack. Blade will block. And then we get an encounter card. Villain and each minion attacks. Okay, well, the villain attacks. Machine Man will block. And then I'll just take the 2. Because I'd like to save my thwarting to activate Turn the Tide. So I don't want to exhaust there. Turn 4. If I use my Wasp, Sting, and Giant, I'm going to have a bunch of stuff I don't really care about that much, but I can get some extra thwart, which does nothing for me right now, but I can do that. 1, 2. I can flip to Giant. And then use these 2 to do 2 damage here and 2 damage here, because Wasp Sting can be, when I'm in giant form, divided among the enemies. I can thwart, which lets me use Turn the Tide. And that is turn 4. And we get an extra encounter card because we just decked ourselves. Villain turn 4. So he goes to attack, Blade will block. We lose one of those counters, Blade gets discarded, and we got 2 encounter cards, feeling likely he's going to flip again. Right, 1, 2, 3. So in this case, you can either get an extra face down boost card or 2 infamy counters. He cannot get infamy counters because he's on this side, so he gets a face down boost card for later. And the other one, exhaust Nadia and remove this. Okay, well, discarding 4, the second option really sucks. My hand is full of cards of science resources. So I will be flipping and exhausting. And then this is removed from the game. And we are turn 5. So what do they? Ironheart into power on all of us. Giant Help does diddly squat. We could cycle, clear the area, find some actual stuff to do. Yep. Um, oh, I think there was a damage from the biosynthetic wings I could have reduced actually when I got attacked. Just remembering back to that. Okay, so I will. This doesn't require hero action, so I will bring out Ironheart first. Fury, sweet, good timing. Most of our attack cards are actually better if we're in Tiny, so let's flip to Tiny since we're already exhausted. Oops. And then we will Fury. 1, 2, 3. So it uses Helicarrier, Quinn Carrier, Giant Help, Giant Help. 1, 2, 3. We can cycle our clear the area. Okay. We can double turn the tide here. So the first one takes out the hired gun. The second one does 3 here. We'll hold on to this. These two can both attack. And this is turn 5, by the way. We'll save our double resource. Keep going. One way or another. All right, now we got stuff to do. Villain turn 5. Goes to attack. Nick Fury will block. Have this sinking feeling he's going to flip. Okay. Okay, he did not. And encounter card. All in a day's work. There he goes. So he flips. Flip. Flip. 1, 2. So this is where we'll probably flip to flip him. Probably. Hero turns 6. And we will one way or another. We have not gone through all of the side schemes, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6. Okay. So which one do we like? He's in Norman form, so that will give an extra one, which we don't want if we don't have to deal with it. So we'll do Collapsing Bridge. That gets us 1, 2, 3. My thwart is only 1, so if I want to deal with that side scheme, I have to flip. If I'm going to want to use Turn the Tide. Then I can advance him with Ant-Man. What other ways could we do this? It's going to be way too expensive. So I think I'd probably... I hate to have to use Wasp Sting to advance him. But I think that might actually be the right choice. So we use Helicarrier, Pim Particles, and Wasp Sting to grab another card. and then advance him. So this goes down to 2. He flips, there's going to be 3 indirect damage, which that can take 1, and I'll just take the other 2. Flip to giant, deal with that. Skilled investigator. Oh, she has an extra thwart, so actually I can deal with that at the same time because I can distribute the thwart. Because I'm a giant. And so that's going to get me a card from Skilled Investigator. Crap. Before I did that, let's just say I turned the tide because I knew I was going to do that. Oh no, Skilled Investigator, it's still part of the same window. So I can turn the tide 1, 2, 3. Defeat the villain. 18. When he flips, he comes to there. That was from before, and he does 4 indirect damage, which I'll just all take with Wasp. I will Ant-Man for 2 and 4, and he will attack for 3. 1, 2, 3. I will Wasp Sting. Oh, I guess I should have done that for earlier. Well, I guess the timing doesn't work out anyway. Down 2 for 4. Ironheart's gonna be able to block this turn. I'll get another activation out of Ant-Man. We should be able to push through with the rest of this, I think. Villain phase 6. Gobby goes to attack. Ironheart goes to block. And we get a counter card. Schemes. Scheming just takes this down by 1. Hero turn 7. Would really like to heal as part of finishing this off. I don't have a ton of damage right now. So I think we need to one way or another. There's still 1 left in here, and it's the one that is the Norman 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So this is the one that has the extra threat when it's Norman, but he's not Norman, so that is great. Let's go grab that. This comes into play with 2, but not the extra 1. And we get 1, 2, 3. So we could clear the area and then Skilled Investigator and still be able to save. Possibly save an activation. That'll get us a card. I want to heal. Or do I care? I have 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 resources. If I ditch Lockjaw, he only costs 4. So 7 machine man. I can dump some stuff into. Oh no, I have Pinpoint Strike now. Did I always have Pinpoint Strike? Maybe I did. Okay, 8. But if I flip to Giant, if I flip to Tiny, I'll only be able to do 8 with that, but not be able to. Okay, so I can. I think I can do all the stuff I want to do. If I clear the area, that will take me down to 9. Pinpoint strike will be 5. Machine Man will be 2. I can dump some resources into Machine Man. Flip to heal. And be done. I think that works. What if I don't try to flip to heal? Can I get Machine Man, Pinpoint Strike, and can I do all that stuff? I'm gonna end up having a threat left over here, I think. Oh, I'm gonna get an extra card out of Skill Investigator. I forgot all about that. I think I can just get enough health on the board to make it worth my while. So if I do this, 1, 2, this goes down to 1 because I can split again my threat, and I've got the helmet with the extra threat. That's going to get me a card. Ant-Man will attack for 3. And then I flip down to Tiny. I'm going to Pinpoint Strike, but not yet. Because first I'm going to use Lockjaw and that to bring up Machine Man for 1, 2, 3. Then I will use Quinn Carrier and these 3 cards to play Lockjaw. Right, so I just gained 7 health, effectively. And then now I Pinpoint Strike. I'm tiny, so it's for 8, and that is exact damage. Boom. I don't think I could have done it a different way because I needed that extra damage from being big from Ant-Man anyway. So 9, 10, 14. 7 turns, 14 health. That's fine.